Time for another Coffee with Kilroy. Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday edition. Yes, good morning if it is morning where you are or what time you are or when you are. This could be watching this through a time portal. And welcome to Coffee with Kilroy Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday edition. Or what I sometimes like to call beverage in a book. I got my beverage. Coffee. And I hope you have a beverage of your choice, and I hope you're enjoying it. Today I have a special treat. I'm going to do a little bit of a page turn of Ironsworn, Starforged. So this definitely meets the criteria of sci-fi. This is a space adventure RPG system, and one of the things I really like about it, or that attracted me to it, is that it is a solo RPG. So you do not need to have a game master, and you can have one. I mean, there's several different ways or several different variants to play this game. Including, with a game master or cooperatively through the kind of the solo mechanism or the solo. And when we get in there, we'll take a look at that and see what we have here. But this is based on the Ironsworn system, which was fantasy-based, and I'm not as familiar with that. And I think that was more of a PDF or a print and play type format, I believe. It's really hard to find. I've looked for it and really have not found a lot out there as far as the core system. But this is now out here. This is relatively recent. I think this has been out for a few months now, if not a little bit longer, and is based on that fantasy base. But this is all in space and sci-fi based. So let me have another sip of coffee here and see what we have in this book. And it comes hardbound here. And you have a little bookmark there as well. If we look at the back of the book, let's get the coffee out of the way. Do not want to spill that on the book. And we'll go in for a little tighter view here. So this says 3 ways to play. You have guided. 1 or more players take their role of their characters while a guide moderates the session. So you have kind of the game master or dungeon master as you have it. You have co-op. You and 1 or more players play to overcome challenges and complete quests. No guide required. So basically kind of a co-op solo mode. And then you have solo mode. You portray a lone character driven to fulfill vows in dangerous galaxy. Good luck. So that really kind of attracted me, is that you can do this solo. But I mean, you can do a co-op, or you can actually do it the old-fashioned way and have a game master. Looking at the back here, we have a perilous galaxy awaits. In the Ironsworn Starforged tabletop role-playing game, you will explore uncharted space, unravel the secrets of a mysterious galaxy, and build bonds with those you meet on your travels. Most importantly, you will swear iron vows and see them fulfilled, no matter the cost. Starforged is a standalone sci-fi evolution of the award-winning Ironsworn tabletop RPG, packed with guidance and tools to undertake sworn quests in a galaxy of your own making. This rulebook is your path to unlimited adventure. So I kind of like the sound of that. Now, the first role-playing game that I played was Traveler. So I played Traveler before I played D&D. So sci-fi and kind of unlimited space opera or space RPG has always been a soft spot, or I've always had a soft spot for that, or a sweet spot, or whatever you want to call it, a sweet tooth. I don't know. Let's mix metaphors all over the place. But so space is not only the final frontier, it's my first frontier. I really liked doing space RPG, and then I got into D&D, and then I played Top Secret. Actually, I think that was the progression of my role playing as a Ute, and so So this really sounds up that alley, or up my alley, or scratches my itch. There I go, mixing metaphors again of stuff I like. Kind of that, and the thing I liked about Traveler was kind of this unlimited appeal of adventure and new worlds to discover, and kind of making up as you go. And this book here is basically kind of a guidebook to kind of do just that. So let's take a look inside here. As I said, nice little bound book here. Lot of art in here, and this is the deluxe edition. I don't know if there's a regular edition of this. Maybe it's a PDF, but I don't know if the deluxe edition is just having the bound book or not. But you got your chapters. You got the basics. Chapter 1 is the basics. You know, welcome to the Forge, making moves. Moves is a key concept here. You're going to be making moves, and there's like challenge rolls and stuff like that. Not, you know, kind of a common mechanism in a lot of different role-playing games, but they kind of have their own take on it. You have the action roll, momentum, progress tracks, legendary tracks, condition meters, impacts, assets, oracles, equipment, vehicles, navigating the Forge, and the flow of play. Then you have 2 is launching your campaign, and prepare for liftoff, choose your truce. These, I think, are probably some of the oaths or something. There's this kind of the context or the background of this is kind of steeped in some its own certain kind of lore. Here's how to create your character, how to build a starting sector. You know, this kind of reminds me of the whole, you know, creating worlds in Traveler. And I don't know about you, but me, I was guilty of spending a lot more times reading the rules, playing around with building stuff, building galaxies and planets, and rolling up characters, and more than I ever actually played sessions, right, of the game. But in this book, it looks like that will take some of that effort and actually put it into a game. You can actually convert that into gameplay as opposed to just, you know, just preparation. Chapter 3, gameplay in depth. And so you've got your session moves, adventure moves, quest moves, connection moves, exploration moves, combat moves, suffer moves, recover moves, threshold moves, legacy moves, fate moves, clocks, conflicts between allies, and principles of play. Then you got chapter 4 is your foes and encounters. There's a lot of NPCs in here, which again is, you know, ripe for solo or cooperative play without a game guide or game master. Here's your oracles, and this is something a little bit unique and different to this world or to the theming of this. And you got stuff about space encounters, planets, settlements, starships, all kinds of stuff here. Derelicts, precursor vaults, location themes, miscellaneous oracles, more oracle options. Then you have a move and asset glossary, artist credits, and index there. So over 400 pages. If you look at there, over 400 pages worth of stuff there. Sorry, I had some of this off screen, so if I missed up, sorry. Here's the basics. And I'm not going to go over every page. I just want to give you a feel for this. This talks about those modes again. Guided, cooperative, and solo. So you got your 3 different modes on how to play them. So a little bit of a setup here at the very beginning. Here's how to use this rule book on the different chapters. You know, you got the basics, launching your campaign, gameplay in depth, foes and encounters, and oracles. So you got really 5 main chapters you need to know. Here's what you need to play. You're going to need 2 10-sided dice. These are challenge dice. You're going to need 1 6-sided dice. That's an action die. You optionally need another pair of 10-sided dice for oracle dice. So I don't know. I wonder if that's kind of like a fate mechanism or you know, third-party type mechanism there to determine what happens. You need 1 set of asset cards and the Starforged play kit. And you don't have to have those. I mean, you can kind of make those up on your own, but those can be printed out at the website where this comes from. And I've actually already got prepared for that and printed out. Oh, this is the wrong side. Let's go flip over here. And already printed those out. Like here's the play kit, and It has reference sheets, character sheets, sector worksheets, connection worksheets, progress tracks, oracles worksheet, clocks worksheets, scene challenge. So you got all your different worksheets there, and it prints out relatively nice. And you know this is all the different moves. So this is a lot of stuff. This is basically the heart of the game is your moves, right? Making a move. And so it's all you can print out all this, and it's in the book, but it's also you know, you can have it print out, so make it a little bit easier as a kind of a reference here. There's a character sheet, and there's all kinds of different character sheets you can print out. There's like graphic character sheets here that they have that you can get, but there's like the basic one there. And they have this momentum track, and you keep track of this like with a paper clip. You put a paper clip there and kind of move up, and it keeps track of your momentum, and that's a key kind of component to this game. Here's a sector map, and again, play Traveler. This kind of looks kind of reminiscent of trying to build out a sector. So you can map out your sector and build up locations, and there's a whole ways to roll those up and everything. So a lot of these are just reference sheets or character sheets and sector sheets and stuff like that. Then there's a rule summary that you can print out there, that this is the basic of the rules, moves, action rolls, matches, momentum, all that. This is the basic heart of the game here that you can get off that site as well. So anyway, you don't have to, and there's asset cards, and they actually sell these. I can't find these right now, but they actually sell these. You can buy these as asset cards, that they're just they're a separate deck of cards. But you can print them off here too. And I think they're also referenced in the book. It just makes it easier to have them off to the side so you can kind of refer to these. And again, these are just kind of asset cards. So they're different things that's going to tell you on stuff you need to know or use in the game and the like. So anyway, so you don't have to have these printouts here, but that's what this is referring to. So it's a nice little player reference and extra player play kit type stuff. They actually call it a play kit. So, and I think there's a virtual tabletop you can play this on too. So it talks about the setting. It talks about regions of the Forge. So this is giving you a lot of your background of what this universe is and about, and where you kind of start in it, or where you can start in it. And it kind of goes into a lot of the background on that, because you kind of have to understand kind of the tone of things, because you're making this up as you go. That's part of the game here. Here's Iron Vows. That's that kind of the big. I think that kind of comes from Ironsworn, and now they're taking it into space. Your character, and this is what your key stats. You have stuff like Edge, Heart, Iron, Shadow, and Wits, and you have your own character sheet here. And then this is like one of those asset cards. So like if you take on being a navigator or path navigator, well, then you have this asset card here. So that's another reason why you guys said they actually sell those deck of cards, but you can print them out. And I think they're also referenced in here somewhere as well. So this is all context and background of the world, and now you've got, or the universe. Here's making moves. And this is kind of the heart of the game, about these moves and actions. So it's talking about that. Here's that action roll, and you saw that in that printout, but this talks about how to do an action roll and with the different dice involved there. And whether you get a strong hit, a weak hit, or a miss. So when you're rolling 2 dice, you're trying to see, you've got to beat it with both values. You get a strong hit, you beat it with 1 value, you get a weak hit. If you miss both values, then you get a weak hit. So that's all that. Here's momentum, and you see the little example of the paperclip there. So this is how you gaining and losing momentum and what that means. This is a special mechanic that is central to playing Starforged. Your momentum value ranges from -6 to +10 and represents your inertia, luck, and confidence. Move, results, and assets abilities may prompt you to increase or decrease your momentum. So this might be just a general modifier that can help on everything you do. So you kind of want to have high momentum. Burning momentum, setting momentum. So this all talks about momentum. Progress tracks. And so this is, how you go on those. Reaching milestones. and how you mark progress tracks, and that there's a check-off box on that to see your progress. This is like when you're doing a campaign or a mission or kind of going off on your, what do they call it, a challenge, I guess, and how you progress on that. Progress rolls, legacy tracks. So this is basically explains all the key ways to play the game here. So lots in this book. And here's those assets representing some of those cards, you know, that you want, like healer and starship and research lab. Here's all the different types. Asset types include command vehicle, modules, support vehicles, paths, companions, and deeds. Those are the 6 types of assets. And kind of explain some of them right there. So this is all kind of a whole new world and a whole new system of playing. Now, I haven't played Ironsworn, so I don't know how close this is to Ironsworn, but I know it's based off of it. So if you've played Ironsworn, maybe this is old hat, but you know, this looks interesting. There's a whole universe of play in here. Here's your universe of oracles. Now they're going to get into some of the vehicles here, so you get your equipment and vehicles, and you know they have some graphics in here. That looks pretty cool. Here's how you navigate the Forge. The Forge is kind of your portion of the universe here. Flow of play. Launching your campaign. And there's a lot of prep, and this is a cool concept. This is one of the things that attracted me to this was prep is play. I mean, I've done I don't know how many of you I've spent countless hours rolling up characters and messing with characters, and researching skills, and researching traits, and researching and coming up with dungeons, and preparing dungeons, and rolling up dungeons, and making up dungeons, and all that kind of stuff, and challenges, and in universes, and you know, settings, and you know, have played, it has been a long time, but have played sessions and game master sessions, and but the amount of play you know was very, very small compared to all the prep time that I spent, and a lot of stuff never even saw the light of day. I prepped a lot of stuff and just never got into it very much or at all. Prep is play here. So all that time you spend prepping and doing stuff, well, it's play. You're actually playing the game and putting it to good use, or at least I think that's the concept, and that's something that interests me here. So there's a lot of stuff in here. I guess I'm going page by page, and I said I wasn't going to do it. So there's just so much in here. You got magic. Look at that. You got magic in this. Religion. Look at that. So there's all kinds of there's two bookmarks in here. Cool. Backstory, background, vow. That vow is kind of a key or core concept to your characters here. And I guess it's a way to move the dialogue or to move the narrative forward by using these vows. It's kind of like your maybe it's kind of like your alignment back in the old D&D days. Here's how you create a sector map and generating that. So like everything's in here. Everything you need to set up the game, play the game, and prep is play is all in here. So just thought I'd give you an example of some of the stuff that's in here. And there's legacy moves. There's all kinds of different types of moves, and I have to read up on that. But I think that's the kind of the core mechanic is the moves and the action rolls. And then your vow is more of a narrative glue for things. There's combat in here, but there's all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, there's just foes and encounters. Everything's in here. So, and then you've got creatures here. Look at that. Look at that basic creature form. So this is like rolling up new creatures. And the environment is whether it's space, interior, land, liquid, or air, and the scale of it, and the ultra scale. And then you got the creature's basic form. You know, octopoid. If you've been watching Resident Alien, you got the octopoids. Anyway, so there's factions. There's just so much in here, and portions of it are colored, but you have a lot of charts and everything, and it looks relatively. There's a lot of information in here, but I think it once you kind of navigate it one time, I think you're going to understand where stuff is at. Derelict engineering, derelict living. It's kind of cool here. Interesting stuff here. Precursor vaults. I mean, God, there's just so much in here. So, ooh, haunted. There we go. Location theme haunted. Look at that. Location theme infested. We've heard that theme before. So anyway, here miscellaneous oracle. So the oracle, let's look at that oracle for a second. Oh, these are all part of the oracles. This is kind of talking. This is what's kind of driving the narrative forward. It says this oracle will introduce narrative turns, troubles, and revelations. It can be used as an alternative to pay the price table when you encounter a negative outcome at a crucial moment. So this is story complication. So this is the oracle is about your narrative and how things are, or how the world is reacting to you as you react to the world. So there you have it. So that is Ironsworn Starforged. You know, sorry for the long coffee here. So you had plenty of time to drink your coffee. I've hardly touched mine. But I thought this was interesting enough to pick up and mess around with, because this is something that I can goof around with my kids or friends, or I can just do it alone and just kind of explore this. And as I said, that prep is play really was a big sell for me. Don't know if that'd be the same kind of sell for you, but it was an interesting sell for me. So anyway, this is Ironsworn Starforged. Thank you so much for stopping by and having some coffee with me and listen to me prattle on. If you've played Ironsworn or played this, I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop some comments down there and let me know what you think about this system. You know, good, bad, or ugly. Is it too complicated, or does it really give you enough of a structure to solo an RPG, or do you have to still put a lot of effort into it? And with any RPG, solo or otherwise, there's quite a bit of theater of the mind, right? You have to want to expand your mind and think and play and imagine things the way they are, what they are in that world. Otherwise, you know, just pick up a board game or play a video game, right? I mean, there's let the computer and the graphics do the work for you. So you have to have a desire to do use your mind and fill in the holes, so to speak, with your imagination. And the question I have is, you know, is there enough here? It looks like there's enough here. It looks like there's a lot of structure and a lot of stuff here. And so, but that's always a challenge with the solo RPG. Is there enough that that gets you going, and that there's enough structure that it kind of guides you through it, and then your imagination can take over and fill in the holes and have fun with it? Or is there too much structure here? Does it feel like it's too is it claustrophobic, and there's too much game here that you're trying to follow, and procedures and methods that you really don't have time to let your mind wander and try to figure out what's going on and imagine stuff, that it's too much structure. So love to know your thoughts on that, and what's the sweet spot on those kind of things. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. Best way I know you stopped by, give me a sip here, is drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about any of this stuff that I just talked about, and whether I'm full of it or not. That's okay. Just keep it civil. But that's what I have for you today. I might do a bonus feature to talk about another supplement to this, other than the, you know, all the printout stuff here, which I think is good. And I think if you're going to play this, definitely try to print that stuff out, because it's a nice, it's a good starting point for your character sheets and all that other stuff. But and gives you some structure. But I might have another bonus little segment here today as well on this Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. That's where, you know where to find me on Saturdays. And today actually enjoying some coffee. So thanks all. Take care. Thanks for watching.